Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay. The number one source for competitive Legends of Runeterra news and information. If you're looking for the best decks to play right now, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Master Runeterra or in our Discord. And if you want to take the next step in leveling up your game, check out our Runeterra team on Patreon, where we do weekly learning calls and one-on-one coaching. Now strap in and grab yourself some Poro snacks, because we are about to start Mastering Runeterra.
Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay. We have a truly fantastic episode for you guys today. Before we dive into all that, though, go check out masteringruneterra.com. We have a new subscription service. It gets you all kinds of awesome stuff, our weekly newsletter, our premium articles, ad-free viewing. We're going to have a bunch of tournaments coming up after the next patch and before seasonals to help all of our subscribers prepare for seasonals. We do a 3-hour weekly learning call. On one of the tiers, you can even submit a VOD for us to review on the call. You can submit your own questions. There's a special section of the Discord where you can ask the pros, aka me, Bay, What Am I, Henneke, Kato, Kever24, Jay Sensational. Might have heard some of those names. We're all in there hanging out all day. You can come and just chat us up, ask us about what we think about decks, any plays maybe we make differently, or cards we'd swap out, whatever tickles your fancy. Why is Bay's hair so awesome? There's lots of questions you could be asking. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, Bay, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. I like how you said, why is Bay's hair so awesome? Knowing full well that I spent 3 minutes going, what the hell is my hair doing before we started on the camera. So
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I think it looks fantastic.
Thank you. Just poofs up.
Yeah, I liked it more when it was even more poofy. You had like you were really rocking the Majin action. It was getting real Super Saiyan.
It'll get there.
I like it. Yeah.
It'll get there. That's what it does, though. It just grows upwards.
Yeah. I mean, fucking take it, bro. I went for a run today for the first time in forever.
I heard. Yeah. How was that?
It was good, and thus my hair is all like just fucking whatever. If we're gonna talk about hair, I just decided not to do it. I'm just gonna leave it fucking doing that. But it felt damn good. And man, has it been like I used to run almost every day. Like I ran a lot. I was running like 5Ks, 10Ks, no big deal. In the last like 2 years since COVID, the number of times I've ran is dangerously low, horribly low. And going to run today was really showed me how out of shape I am. And it got me to thinking about like sort of goals and stuff. So I remember like on one of our earlier episodes, I said that I would start submitting a VOD to our weekly team learning calls. And I have. And the punishment, if I didn't, was I had to concede 3 games in front of everyone on the ladder on my main account, just dunking on my LP, which like 75 LP basically just kafloosh.
It's a lot. Just down the drain, yep.
Is not okay. And then I did it again when I said I would start streaming Monday to Thursday, which I have tried this, tried to get back into streaming many times, tried to do different schedules, and like I just never quite got there, never worked out. Always found an excuse to not do it. It's a lot like going to the gym. Before you hit that play button, you get like a lot of anxiety. Like, I don't know if I want to do this. And then after you do it,
I really want to do this today?
Yeah. And, I'm feeling kind of lethargic. I don't know what to play. Does anyone care what I have to say? Apparently no, but they show up anyway. But afterwards, like, so this week I did it Monday to Thursday, or I did it last week, actually. Yeah, I started last week. So this is on week 2 now. It's already gone by. I didn't even realize. And it's actually been super therapeutic. I, have struggled to always have fun with the game. I'm also living out here in the middle of freaking nowhere, so I get to see people all the time. And it's like, it's been really good for me. I've really enjoyed it. It's made me like happier. Whereas in the past, it was like a grind. And I was trying to do like crazy amounts of streaming and every single day. And I just got super burnt out and I hated it. Whereas now it's like I get to go hang out with my friends and play some LOR. It's dope.
Yep.
Also helps me improve as a player. Because, every now and then Push B will come in and be like, yo, stupid, you should have done this. Or what am I? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
I'd be like,
right.
Damn, you're right, though. Yeah.
Yeah, which is something that I kind of started not having after a while, not realizing that was important. So I want to start doing more stuff like this. I'm gonna do a big one. So I was going to try and I got to put it out to the people because, that's how you get held accountable. I wanted to do it for running, but other than me taking selfies and posting them on Twitter and stuff, there's not like a great
running
way for
VODs
people
aren't very exciting, are they?
and there's just like not a good way for people to like keep me honest, really.
Mhm.
So this is what I want to do. Let me not jump into starting on Monday. This coming Monday for the rest of the season, so until like seasonals, I'm gonna post a YouTube video every day. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And 1 whole month of posting a YouTube video every day. And if I do not, I will on my stream concede 3 matches of my precious LP for the whole world to laugh at me.
That is a minor punishment.
Yeah. Well, it's worked so far.
That's true. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I thought about
would
upping it
sit
to
there-
5, but that's like kind of
that's just shit canning all your LP. You're right. It is not my punishment, so I shouldn't weigh in on like how good it is. Because I know there are definitely times where I have like a horrendous headache and I'm like, nope, just not doing YouTube today. Even though I really want to do every single day, and I mostly do every single day. I really need to get into recording, not daily. I need to record like 3 days of the week, and just record like 2 or 3 videos a day.
Yeah, why have you been able to do that so far?
I'm so busy.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just like wake up, coaching session or some call with sponsors or whatever, or this or team call, stream for like 4 hours. If I want to go to the gym, that's my time is like right after that. And then it's coaching or something, record for YouTube. Then it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and like it's very time consuming, right? Because not only do you have to do all the recording, you have to do a little bit of editing. Your computer has to spit it out. You have to upload it. You have to make the thumbnail.
That's the most time consuming part. It's not even like the editing. It's the uploading, exporting, and everything. This is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
it takes forever.
You know what's funny? It seems like it does, but as soon as you outsource it to someone, it's like,
oh yeah,
why am I paying someone to do this? It's so easy. This is nothing.
Yep. But then it doesn't take up an hour and a half to 2 hours of computer time. Yeah. I could do that, but like I'm operating on thin margins. So I just can't really afford to do that.
No, for sure.
Not for the sake of like making things easier, you know?
Yeah. So those are my goals, how they're sort of going. Where do we start with? We have a lot of LOR stuff to talk about. Where do you want to dive in?
So people always talking about how we get off topic. So why don't we list out the things we plan on talking about today?
Boom. Let's do it.
First one, ladder.
Ladder.
Oh, you want to start with Fight Night? Okay. So we're going to talk about Fight Night. We're going to talk about ladder. We're going to talk about Runeterra Academy. And then I figured we'd talk a little bit about Twitch or something. Because I know we're both streaming more different schedules and that kind of stuff. Anything else we want to talk about? That's kind of the big ones for me.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Cool. All right, let's get started. Fight Night. We were both in it. It's now on Mondays. It was Fight Night Legends. I don't know. Is there anything different with Fight Night? Is it always called Fight Night Legends now?
I think so. It's just
okay.
The brand.
I don't really know. Okay. I mean, it sounds cool. But yeah, we were in. It was basically like half Mastering Runeterra.
It was actual half. Yeah, 4 of the 8 players were Mastering Runeterra. It was actually our whole RA team.
It was. Yeah. It was.
Did you notice that? I didn't notice that.
It was I didn't notice that. It was our entire Runeterra Academy. And yeah, so we didn't really talk about what our lineups were going to be. We just kind of showed up.
Oh God, Croc messaged me on Sunday. It was like, "Yo, I need lineups." I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
I guess it's going to be this deck and that deck and that deck." And I just like grabbed 3 decks off of my client, and that was it.
I've been in like 6 fight nights. I have never once submitted my lineup on time. So I was like, okay, this time I'm going to do Croc Solid. I'm actually going to submit my lineups on time. And he said Saturday. He was like, Saturday at this time. And I was like, all right, bet. So I was in Tahoe with a whole bunch of friends, definitely intoxicated, like the whole weekend. And so it came around and I was like, oh no, I have to pick my lineup for Croc. And I'm so drunk. And so I open up my phone and I scroll through my collection. And the first thing I see is Mono Stream. And I was like, Mono Stream is pretty good. Click. right?
deck.
Like export copy. And then I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I picked 3 Shurima decks? And then so I like did Mono Shurima, Talia Ziggs, and then Echo Zillion, which I don't even like. Exported it. The deck lists were not my favorite. Like I would have changed. I woke up in the morning, looked at it, and I was like, oh my god. Like I would have changed like 3 to 4 cards per deck, I think. But yeah, so that's what I brought.
Dude, you think
And
you
then,
got problems? I was just like, oh god, I was like scared because I was like, am I gonna get like in trouble here? I like grabbed 3 decks. I thought people would bring. I knew you were there. I knew Kevin was there. I thought there'd be more control of Felios type stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with landmarks. So I brought Thralls, Tree, and Monoshima. And my tree list, I was like, I need a tree list. I don't know. And I just grabbed something, and it had like 3 Gnar in it. It was from like last season. And I was like, oh, he's so bad now. And so I lost the first round. I won the second round. And then I lost the third round to Kever. When in the third game, I played Thralls against his Field Rush. And I just like never found any way to like make more. I found 1 ever of the landmark. 1. I did make 3 Thralls off of it, but I knew that wasn't going to be enough against him. And then just the whole game, I just saw no more and died. And I was like, came to beat the control decks, lost to the control deck still. Not a good time.
It happens. I played Kever in round 2. I played Jay Sensational, then Kever, I think.
Yeah, we didn't get to play.
That's how it went for me. We did not get to play. But I did play the other Master Runeterra squad, which was cool. Won both. Went to winners finals. Played Trevo. Won. Okay, the worst part of Fight Night is when you win winners finals and there's 3.5 hours or whatever between winners finals and grand finals because the losers bracket has to play out, and you're just sitting there like on stream like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Because you have to stream it. Well, you don't have to, but come on. And so yeah, the waiting sucked. Was hoping to dodge Trevo again in the grand finals. Ended up playing against Trevo again in the grand finals, and then took it in a quick 2-0.
Nice. What any thoughts on your decks afterwards?
Mono Shurima is incredibly strong. Talia Ziggs is incredibly strong. Echo Zillion, when it does its thing, is like basically unstoppable, but it doesn't do its thing often enough that I'm not sure I want to bring it to anything.
Yeah. Was our tournament last Saturday? All concepts of time has gone out the window. Yes, it was. Huh. Yeah, so man, that was a lot of fun. Like Kato and I ended up casting, and we saw Echo Zillion like, I don't even know, 5 different rounds. Like it seemed like it was just everywhere. And yeah, if your Echo died, that was it's like, yeah, you got some duders, got a bunch of guys.
I did feel that like if my Echo ever hit, even if it was like he was getting single combating or he was dying in combat, if he hit and I got the free time trick, I won the game like 80-90% of the time. That's just how it felt. I would like there was a spot where I was playing against Kever and it was a pretty close game, and I put him on single combat, and I was like, okay, if he single combats my Echo, I think I win the game. And I didn't have the revive card, I didn't have another Echo, but like it's so powerful. Just like, oh, I get to start drawing free cards. My Voice of the Risen is now turned on, which is an incredibly strong card.
Yes, Voice of the Risen is the other like potential out that the deck has. But outside of those, it just doesn't have enough win conditions. Like it's going to be a real problem once it has like a better other champion or just some better support cards.
I mean, yeah.
And to be fair though, the Fight Night had like there was no like Flock Scorch type decks. Like there was no decks that could just take care of that. Was just like, oh, an Echo, that's adorable. Like just kill that, kill that again. Sentry. There was like nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're just not very good right now. Because they lose to Sundisk, which is so brutal. I mean, the Scorcher deck and you can't beat Sundisk.
Yeah, in a tournament though, couldn't you just like bring it in a ban Sundisk lineup? Like they lose to a decent amount of other stuff too, right?
Yeah. Like Talia Ziggs kind of bops you because they can keep their champions are big enough that you have to 2-spell them, and they can Hourglass or Rite of Negation.
Yep. Oh, so frustrating.
Like, Ziggs burns you out, which is so annoying. Yeah, so like it's just not a good time to be a Scorched Flock deck.
Even in Felios decks just like outvalue you.
Yeah, like Calibrum like Calibrum's so good against those decks. Just Calibrum, Crescendum, Gravitum Loop is like so insane.
Yeah.
And then you have the Targon stuff backing you up, right? Which is pretty good. Yeah, not a good time to be Scorched Flock.
Yeah. And real quick, on mentioning the tournament that we ran on Saturday, the winning lineup was Pantheon, Fizz, Lulu, and Riven, Draven. And I can remember this because it's the same lineup that I brought to RA on Thursday, and I went 1-1. It was kind of like, nah, I don't know about this lineup. Me and Pantheon's
Riven,
a little
Draven
sketch.
though, not Victor.
Sorry, Riven, Victor.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's like a punish Sundisk lineup.
Yeah, it's also just like 3 good decks.
It's just really good. Pantheon's going to be a staple in tournament lineups moving forward for sure, and so is Yordle and Arms. Honestly, all 3 of those decks are. They're very, very strong.
Yeah. Pantheon's such a weird one for me because it feels like its lineups are kind of polarized, but just this powerful stuff.
It's just powerful. Yeah, I hate playing Pantheon because like I played probably 6 games of Pantheon since the patch. I've never once gone 1-drop into Zenith Blade. Not once. And I feel like the games where you don't go 1-drop into Zenith Blade, like your deck sucks. It's like just not that good. It's slow.
I lose to my opponents all the time. They don't go 1-drop Zenith Blade, and I've won lots of times. I don't go 1-drop Zenith Blade. Like 1-drop.
I usually lose.
Bank 2 mana. Yuumi on 3 is like just plenty good.
Pretty strong. Yeah, pretty strong. If it's honestly when the deck doesn't open with 1-drop, it suffers like really hard. The Saga Seeker is the card we're talking about.
Yeah, it seems less good for sure, but like I don't know, like the deck ramps.
Yeah, it still does things.
It scales fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I also played decks that like it has to kind of scale fast. I've been playing Sundisk. I've been playing like Aphelios, right? I've been playing like Concussive Palm decks. So it kind of has to do the thing.
Right.
It's like just not going to get through. You know, I can chump forever. I can grab them forever. But yeah, once they like start Zenith blading things, then it's like it's a problem.
Yeah. What's going on with Aphelios right now? Because like
Sundisk is really goddamn good, and so is Talia Ziggs, and those aren't super hot matchups.
So what about a tournament situation though, where you can like ban disc or ban one of them?
Yeah, Aphelios will be better in tournaments than in ladder. I expect every lineup that says ban Sundisk to start with Aphelios.
Yeah. So my question though is like why? Like I'm not sure how much Aphelios there was on Saturday in the top 8, but like not a lot. I want to say 2-ish, 1-2 lists. I can probably look it up. But then Fight Night there was none. I think. Did anyone bring one?
I think there might have been a couple, but they didn't do well.
Because I know none of us did, and neither did the guy that you played in the finals.
True. No.
Yeah,
there was just like everyone knew there was going to be Sundisk and Talia Ziggs, so it was like.
Oh really? I
don't want to be on Aphelios.
I had no idea what people were going to bring.
I figured Talia Ziggs is just like it's so incredible. Like that deck's so good. If that deck gets like one more piece, it will be the best deck. Like if you see the next set and there's like a nice little landmark or like something for them, it's gonna be really annoying.
Yeah, if they just have like a little bit more like early game, because like you can run them over. Like they're a little slow to get going, but once they survive past like turn 5 or something, it's like they're coming for you.
Gross things,
sick things, yeah. But imagine just like another 1 or 2 drop that like makes a landmark. Just like another one that like a landmark that's like actually useful. Like,
yeah, a 1-drop that makes a good landmark. That's not like they have Ancient Prep in the other one, but like or 2-drop, a 2-drop or something. Like that's all they need, and then I think they're good. Sundisk is incredibly strong. I know I keep saying incredibly strong, but like that's because I mean it. Sundisk is really goddamn good.
Yeah. And so here's the interesting thing though, like it didn't seem really goddamn good because the format immediately warped around it, right? There was literally
day one.
It was day one, it was 25% Sundisk on the ladder, just playing it at one after the other. So literally everyone was like, oh, can't beat it with this, okay, can't beat it with this, okay, can't beat it with this, okay. Oh, this beats it. Okay, now we're playing Riven decks, I guess. We're playing, whatever, elusive. We're playing Talia decks. We're playing linear things that can race it. And then those just became like the top decks, and Monoshirima kind of got like pushed down because there's just not as many. Now you're playing the mirror, or you're playing a lot of bad matchups. So, eventually got pushed way down, and then like those other decks that are good against the ones that are good against. That's where the meta's at. It's Monoshirima, decks that beat it, decks that lose to it, but beat the decks that beat it. And it's because you saw that like maybe a week or so in, like Darkness started creeping up, stuff like that, to pick on these other decks again. And then once again,
his win rate started rising.
Yeah, and then exactly, Aphelios went way up, and then once again, nope, Monoshirima now back, and that's like the kind of dance that we're in now. And I gotta say, I don't exactly love it. It feels like your matchup is quite dependent on if you're gonna win or not. It's not like there's still lots of play to everything, but it's just I don't know. Like if you play a deck,
like it.
Yeah, if you play like an Aphelios or a Darkness deck, you're like, oh, Monoshirima.
Damn. Yeah.
Hope they just roll like crazy.
You can, and I know someone in the comments is furiously typing this out. You can beat Sundisk with Aphelios, right? Especially if you're on like the 3 Boom Baboon version, like the PNZ one. But I don't want to have to be in that spot where like the deck I choose is based on like, can this beat Monoshirima? Or am I like conceding that matchup? And that's how it feels a lot of times. And I don't like that. And
because the ladder's like that, we can segue into like the ladder and stuff. It makes ladder climbing really hard. Because it's like, how do you get an edge? You can't beat Monoshirima and the things that beat Monoshirima. So you can't beat like Aphelios, Riven, and Monoshirima kind of thing. I don't know if I went wide enough. And like Darkness.
I mean, a lot of time it's been like that for most card games, right? It just feels really bad right now. I actually
remember
love
last
the
season.
ladder.
You play Ari Kennen, you beat everything.
Yeah.
Easy game. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
super healthy. Super
that's
healthy.
true. Yeah.
Don't look into it.
Incredibly healthy. The healthiest it's ever been. I love this ladder right now. Actually, I love the meta. I think it's really fun. Are there tweaks to it? Yeah, there's always tweaks I would make. But like I think it's really fun. I can play whatever I want. I'm playing Dresbo Pile, which is just like so goddamn fun.
Oh yeah, wait, okay.
It's
So
like,
well, I have questions about that. I want to dig into that, but hold on. I want to go farther on this. Yeah, you're right. I don't dislike the ladder. I like that there's lots of things that you can play. I'm just saying it makes it real hard to climb. And for instance, you've seen now that it's kind of solidified like this, like everyone like rose up, myself included, like to 6-ish, like 600 to 700 LP, and those guys are still just there. I tanked my LP because I'm stupid, but like. Those are like some of the best players, right? Especially those Hydra guys are always at the top. If they could still be gaining LP, like they would be. They're trying, right? It's not from a lack of trying. They'll jump on Pirates recently, try to attack the meta that way. That was adorable.
It worked. It worked.
I mean,
for like a day,
worked-ish. I don't know if it did work. They're still right there. They basically have the exact same LP.
That's true. They didn't really move much, did they?
And so I don't know. To me, that's like a bit of a problem. I'm like, should I even be trying to climb the ladder? Like, if you can't really get an edge?
Yeah, there's always edges.
There are. They're tough to come by. They're pretty tough to come by.
It's not as easy as it was with Ari Kennen.
Yeah, or at the beginning of the season. So I jumped up to like 620 LP or whatever because I jumped on the Riven Victor train before anyone else figured it out, or before a lot of people figured it out. People didn't know how to play against the deck very well. People were playing a lot of decks that it was very good into, and I went on like some fucking runs. I was going like 10-1, 10-1, 10-1 sessions. Like it was like nobody's business. Like I went from 0 LP to like 600 in like 3 days or something, And so there's certain times, like when a new patch drops, and you get it quick and it's easy LP. Whereas like right now, super hard LP. Right before I think the patch, it's gonna get like easy again, because like a lot of people sort of kind of, I don't know, they're just waiting. People just wait for the patch to come out. They don't want to play all crap, and then a lot of people I find start experimenting at that time for some reason. They're like, it doesn't really matter. Like this format doesn't matter. Trying to solve this doesn't matter. Let's just try some shit. Let's just see what's going on. And that allows, like, it happens right before seasonals too. I've noticed.
Well,
like
everyone tries decks for their lineups,
all meta, all meta stuff, and then boom, 2 days before, it's like the easiest climbing possible. And you'll see, like, I remember Lobster did that. He climbed to top 10 or whatever from like the bottom in like a day or 2 days or whatever. Yeah. Because everyone's just trying out all kinds of stuff. So like when you're climbing, if you're trying to go for that 7-2 cut, or like, just get way up the ladder when you're trying to climb the ladder is also super important. If you just want to make masters, you just wait until like the last week or two before seasonals. If you, assuming you want to make masters before the cutoff, you could make it after. That's actually the easiest time. Like when Nick makes plays, he used to go number 1. Hey, buddy.
Is that really? I always thought he was like an early riser. Like he was a
he used to back in the day, but then it became really hard. So he would wait till after seasonals. It was just kind of like when he was like not really playing anymore, but he wanted to keep that.
Yeah, that's true, because he wasn't really playing.
That streak going, and so he just wait till after seasonals when no one was playing climb. Anyway, same thing applies though. Right before seasonals, everyone who like really wants to play in seasonals and like make it to masters and whatever, they're basically already there. They've been doing it for, I don't know, 3 months at this point, this freaking season. So they're all there. And I remember the first time I climbed to masters was when I first started playing the game. I made it in 2 weeks from like bronze. Didn't know how to play the game. Just playing, what are those things? The ones that get like +1, +0 for each one you play, and they have fearsome.
Miss rates? Yeah.
Miss rates. Just fearsome miss rates. Spamming it. Got there in like 2 days, actually. Sorry. It took me like 2 days to get to masters. And I was like, this game's easy.
Best game ever.
It's so easy. And then so like ladder resets, and then I'm like trying to climb. I'm like, I'll do it in 24 hours. And then I got nowhere ever, because it's just like me against like Nick and BBG and like all
good
the
players.
Then I'm like, oh, so it's different. So the thing I'm trying to stress is that like you have to be pretty strategic about it, especially if you like, most people have a job or family or commitments, and those are suck up your time. And so when you're playing the game is like also like quite important. Like if you just want to make seasonals and play in seasonals, that's all you care about, you can just wait till the last 2 weeks. Like why even play for the first while or play hard? I mean, you can play for funsies, but if you're trying to trying to get to masters in the first like 48 hours, it's just fucking hard. It's so impossible. I try all the time. Super, super tough. So yeah, figuring out when you want to play, really important. Okay.
I've never really thought about that. I feel like there's some people who like tend to shoot up in the first like couple days of a patch or something, and I'm not that person. Like you and Faint are always like boom when like a new patch drops, and I'm not. I shoot up like a week after. It always takes me a bit. I'm like a slow burn person, I guess. I don't know what it is, but like
I just enjoy the race. Like just climbing just to climb is somewhat like, I don't know, less exciting to me. Like racing to masters, racing to something, like being the first to get there, that's like, it's fun.
I'm too busy playing bad decks that chat makes me play.
Yeah.
All right, Dresbo Pile.
Let's go.
It was rank 1 like all day yesterday. I don't know what it's at today. But it's PNZ Ionia. It's the Eye of the Dragon Ballistic Bot Victor engine. However, Dresbo plays 1 Vi, 1 Victor, 1 Lee Sin instead of 3 copies of Lee Sin and a whole bunch of 1-ofs.
Or 3 copies of Vi, right?
What's up?
I said, or like 3 copies of Vi, right? It's like basically
it plays
the same
3
deck.
of Lee or 3 of Vi. But this one plays 1 of each, and then it plays like 1 Subpercival, 1 Dawn and Dusk, 1 Dragon's Rage, the Lee Sin kick spell, 1 Iterative Improvement, 1 Whimsy, 1 Memory Cloak or whatever, the 3-mana counterspell thing. And the deck feels so good.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's basically the same deck that we've already seen do really well, right? The Victor Lee or Victor Vi pile.
Yep. It just has better late game, which I really like.
Yeah, why? Okay, why is that better late game?
You get things like Heimerdinger, which is nice. Subpercival, a copy of Iterative. And then the other 2, Dawn and Dusk and Dragon's Rage, have ended so many games for me.
Yeah, so the original pile played Iterative, it played Dawn and Dusk. So like
oh really? The original like Victor Lee?
The very original one. Yeah, it was Vi. It was Vi. It had 2 Dawn and Dusk.
You don't play
so it had 2 Dawn and Dusk instead of like
Lee.
1 kick, 1 Dawn and Dusk.
Yeah.
And it had Ambush and Iterative Improvement. And so like it's still it's the same pile of cards, right? So the only things that are changing is like now instead of a couple of the spells, a couple of the 1-ofs here and there, like you could get cute when you have a bunch of 1-ofs. And then like the champs, instead of having like 3 Lee or 3 Vi, you have 1 Lee, 1 Vi, 1 Heimer. And it does, I'm sure it makes it somewhat more difficult for your opponent that you can attack them from a bunch of different angles.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the deck as a whole? Like what are its
Feels
strengths, its
great.
weaknesses?
So the deck, the my favorite part of the deck is that like one, I get an edge in like the mirrors, the like Victor Lee mirrors, because the deck just like kind of goes bigger. Um, at least that's what it feels like to me. The Heimer is like really really good. Um, and then also I really like that I just get to play like the Victor bot plan, like in general, like, oh, Monostrima, okay, well here's Victor bot, and I'm gonna try to run you over, and the deck does that very very well. The deck plays 2 copies of Death Ray, like Victor's spell Death Ray.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Instead of Mystic Shots. There are so many times where I'm like, oh, let's try to draw Mystic Shot, and then I'm like, oh wait, we don't play Mystic Shot. But the Death Rays can like really come in handy against like aggro matchups. They're really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the part I'm not super sold on. It can be very very annoying to play against though, because they like shoot one of your guys, and you're like, oh my god, they just have 2 more removal spells coming up, because it's gonna be Mark 2 and then Mark 3.
Yeah,
like,
but a lot of times you're like, okay, I had to kill this thing, but now I really don't want to draw those cards again.
now I don't. Now I get these crap cards. Yeah.
I mean,
That's definitely a thing. Yeah.
yeah, I've always liked the spell in general. I like it. It's cute. It's fun. You just get them sometimes. Sometimes Victor's spell just absolutely destroys people.
You're like, oh, shoot this, shoot this, shoot that.
Or
Yeah,
just
it
like,
feels so
oh, they
nice.
got 1 mana. What could they do here? Like, oh, pop spell shield, like
Ding.
whatever.
Yep.
Pop barrier, or just pick off important unit. But in reality, it's pretty middle of the road.
Yeah. I could totally see swapping that out. It is
Yeah.
really nice with Eye of the Dragon to get the because like you basically need 1 spell, because you're gonna have either bot or Victor, or you should, and Eye of the Dragon out, and then you need like 1 spell, and a lot of times other things are too expensive. So just having like 1 mana, ping, get my Dragonling is like really good.
Yeah, fair enough. So are there any matchups that you think are like particularly bad for that archetype?
Probably. I haven't found one yet. It just feels, everything feels pretty good.
How much have you played the deck? I mean, let's be real. Let's warn the people here. This is an Ionia deck. It has a Lee Sin in it. You are Majin Bay, okay? If you said anything other than like, you know what, feels pretty damn good, I would be shocked.
Goddamn good.
We'd have to come. We'd have to call the authorities to come and check on you.
Yeah, like I've played probably, I don't know, 30, 40 games. That might not even be true. I'm not sure. But enough to get a feel for it, not enough to really know.
Yeah.
But like we being Kever and I are really think that like a Victor Ionia package is probably going to be the strongest deck at some point. It like the Palm Deny Twin Disciplined package is so strong.
Yeah.
Especially right now with all these ambush stuff and Pantheon, right? It's good into Yordle arms because you have like Eye of the Dragons and stuff. Denies and palms. Yeah, so it's like we think it's like really really good, and the best part about it is that Victor gives you a way to just kill Monostrima.
I mean, that's a very slow way. You play Victor on 4, like
yeah, but you have to remember,
he doesn't become big until like turn what, 6, 7. Like they're flipping Sun Disc on 6 all the time against me. 7 is like, I wonder what the norm is. Definitely 6, 7, right?
Is like the norm. Yeah, I think it's like 7. Might be like 6.
And then like,
yeah, no, that's true. But it's not just, it's like the bots, right? Like your turn like 6, 7, you can often kill them.
Really? So other than ambush, how do you push through damage?
You Dragonling beatdown. You Dragonling beatdown, you ignition, you ping their blockers out of the way and hit with bots. You palm aggressively. You run 2 copies of Will of Ionia. How are you killing them on
6 and 7 with like Dragonlings?
Usually like 7. I think I probably killed them between 7 and 9.
Did they just not do anything? Or were they just like pass to you again, pass again to you?
Well, they have to play things to stop me because I'm hitting them, right? Like there's these Dragonlings coming in. My bots are huge, and I'm going to aggressively put pressure on their board so that they have to continue not doing their thing just to stop me. Because these bots get really big. You palm aggressively. You run 2 copies of Will of Ionia.
Yeah,
so I mean, just like play Xerath, just like bloop.
Yeah, I guess because like they don't have their units kind of suck, right? Like they have like a 3/1 to block your bot, but like you can easily take care of that with Victor spell or like another burn spell. And then outside of that, they have like what a bunch of 2/1s and 2/2s and 1/4s and like that's like one of the problems with the
2/1s,
deck is like all their early guys
3/1s,
just
yeah.
kind of suck. Like haha, quicksand
And
it
then
can't actually kill your unit though, just chump block
yeah.
it.
And then if they play like Endless Devout, you can often like palm aggressively, and then you're attacking for like so much. Usually, what will happen is on turn 4, I'll hit them for 8,
How,
and then I'll find the damage. You just play bot.
bro? You play bot on 2.
Yeah.
It goes up to 2 power on turn 3. It goes up
Yeah.
to 3 power on turn 4. How are you hitting them for 8?
You play something on turn 3. I have the dragon, ballistic bot, whatever, and then you can custom palm aggressively on 4. Hit them.
And they just have no units. They had the 1 unit by turn 4.
I mean, I've usually killed something.
So
I'm just saying how it's gone for me.
I mean,
Like,
fair enough.
I'm
I'm
playing.
playing. It's just I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm playing it out in my head.
It's
Just
just how it's worked.
weird.
I'm playing.
I will say
5-6
though that the
games.
Monastrima deck is freaking weird and like it plays out in some very strange ways. But yeah.
I mean,
don't know,
if they nut you, you just lose. But like, that's with every deck against Monostrima, right? If they just nut you, you just lose. If they flip on turn 6, you're just gonna lose the game. There's nothing you can do about it unless
No,
you get like
there's-
a sick ambush kill.
Yeah, Riven can race them down by turn 6.
Yeah, and then you lose to 1 quicksand. but like,
You don't
yeah,
lose
that's
to
just
1
how it is, right?
quicksand. Come on. 1 quicksand. Unbelievable. You have 2 units, 2 huge units by turn 6. You're hitting them for 8 on turn 4. I'm trying to have 2 big. I'm trying to have a 3rd big unit by turn 6. Come on, unbelievable. Anyway, so you guys are both bringing it to Fight Night though, or sorry, to RA, right? Tonight.
Both of us? I think only I'm bringing it. I don't know what Kevin's
okay.
bringing, gonna be honest. I should know. But I can find out for you.
I mean, if you guys both think it's so good, why would you not bring 2 copies?
I think he prefers Victor Lee, the normal version.
Oh, I see. I think was he also going aggro? Was he going to be our aggro?
He's
player?
going aggro. Yep, he's on
nice.
Victor, Riven, Yordle and Arms, Pirates. We tried to avoid control today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we assumed the other team was going to assume that we were on control, so they brought anti-control, and we brought violence. We chose violence correctly.
Beatdowns. Yeah. So let's hope it works out. There's also 2 teams. We kind of knew what one of them was going to bring, which is like Chip, like Roji's team. And then I don't know what the other one's going to bring. I don't even know what other team it is. I'm so bad about preparing, man. They just say, hey, you want to play this week? And I go, yep. And that's about it.
Yeah, about the same.
I do put thought in my lineups and stuff. I just generally don't tailor it too much to who I'm playing. It's going to play the decks I think are good.
Yeah, making lineups is like pretty tough right now. There's, I don't know.
Definitely can be.
Format's very open. Okay, so we talked about ladder. We talked about RA, Fight Night.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have on the docket?
We were going to talk a little bit about Twitch. I changed my schedule. I took over your old time zone.
That's right. So I started streaming last Monday. I'm like, I'm going to start again. 12. I'm going to do 12 to like 3 or 4 because then I'm not running into Majin because he starts at 4. And then on Thursday, he's like, I'm going to switch mine to starting at noon. I was like, the fuck? Hey guys, I guess I'm streaming at 4 now.
Nick Mix Plays messaged me and also said the exact same thing. He's like, are you normally streaming at this time now? Because I changed my time to not be at the same time as you. And now we're at the same time again. And I was like, yeah, that's my bad. I was having internet problems. Like everyone gets home from work and school, and my internet service provider throttles my upload speed from like 15 megabytes a second down to like 0.02 megabits a second. So it's like unstreamable. For like 2 weeks, my stream cut off at like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
0.02, bro. You back in my day, we had dial-up. Okay,
that was probably more than 0.02 megabits a second. Honestly,
I don't know. It could have been. I don't know. At least you don't have to hear that noise when it starts up. Yeah, that's.
Yep. So it's pretty bad. So I had to change my schedule. I'm liking the schedule. It does suck because like anytime you change your schedule, some of the people who used to watch you won't be able to watch you anymore, which is really unfortunate. And that makes me really sad. But a lot of people that never could watch me now can. Mainly people not
EU
in
people.
America. Yeah. Mostly EU people. And that's cool. And so I actually plugged my stream for like the first time on like YouTube, more than just saying I have a Twitch. I was like, I'm gonna be streaming today at this time. Come check it out. And I like never do that. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you should really start plugging more. It's
I
like,
suck at that. I need to.
just
Yeah,
say the stuff at the beginning. It would be one thing if
know.
you were like, hey, would you like to buy this piece of crap that nobody wants? Like, that's like, okay,
Mhm.
yeah, nobody wants that. But like, hey, you want
Like,
to come?
oh, you like my content? Would you like more?
You watch my stuff every single day? You want to come and watch me do it live? Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck, obviously.
Yep. No, I'm so bad about that. I'm so bad about that. Same thing with like it's a little different, but like encouraging subscribers and stuff on Twitch and YouTube is
Mhm.
I don't ever do calls to action or anything, and I really need to, especially because this is like my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find it unnatural, and I just need to get over it and do it.
Yeah. You should do a challenge.
Oh, where if I don't plug it, I have to concede 3 games.
Yes.
I don't know how I would do
more
that.
than that. You don't give a fuck about your LP. No, it's gotta be something you actually like don't want to have happen. Like how much LP you got right now?
I don't know, like 200 or something.
I was gonna say go all the way to 0, but I feel like that first 200 is like pretty easy.
Yeah, it's also like I also need to actually grind LP because I might not be able to play in seasonals. Probably won't be able to play in seasonals. So,
All right.
world's points for ladder is like the way I have to do it.
Okay, so come up with a challenge for yourself right now. How much plugging?
I have no idea. Well, yeah, that's the question. Is like how much plug? Like what would that part be? That half is the hard part, not the punishment.
I mean, do 2 videos a week.
2 videos a week. I can do 2 videos a week. 2 YouTube
Pick
videos
the
a week.
days.
I will plug my Twitch.
Pick the days too, because I want the people to be able to. I don't have to go and track this
The
shit.
people. It's going to be some day between Monday and Thursday. Because those are the days I stream.
All right. Oh, I thought we were gonna do it on YouTube. I thought we were plugging on YouTube.
Yeah, but
I see. Because you
if I'm
have
going to
to
pick 2 days, I might as well
Gotcha.
plug the days I'm going to be streaming, so I can be like, I'm
Right,
live
right,
today,
Right. Okay.
right now. Yeah.
Okay. 2 of those days, or else how many concessions?
2 a days for the next until seasonals or until I leave
seasonals.
for Jersey.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it, so that's like what? Yeah, like 3.5 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it, the first stream post seasonals, which will be post patch, I think. Maybe not. Maybe. I have to play a deck of your choice for the entire stream.
You actually thought the punishment?
Yes, because you'll give me something I don't want.
Oh God, yeah. What do you really hate? Like a Zerarelia?
Yep.
Or,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go deep. We'll find some real hate, and not even a good Zerarelia deck either.
It's gonna be like Overwhelm or something. I'll be like, I hate this.
Just a really bad
Bannerman.
Zero.
Bannerman might be like the worst thing for me to play on
Well,
the
it's
planet. I hate
spiders.
that
Like a real shit spiders. Like the normal, just the spiders they give you. That like
starter deck spiders.
Starter deck spiders, which is like no burn. Just have like guys.
Oh my god.
And just like one,
With,
like just one of the spiders that like shrinks their guy.
It's like spiders, but it plays like Ruinations.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like
okay.
full control spiders.
All right. You guys heard it here first. Starting
next week, obviously.
Starting next week. All right. I'll be watching. Everyone else, keep him honest as well. Yeah. So I now stream at 4 p.m. Pacific.
My bad.
It's it's okay though. It's okay. I honestly I used to stream like super late. At 7 p.m. was my start time. So I just like do work and like all kinds of shit, and then I would come home and stream after. And that's what people knew me as. That was like my time slot for a long time. And 12 was okay. I didn't mind 12. It was nice, but I dig 4. 4 to 7's a good time. I like that kind of like chillax. Everyone's home at night, relaxed sort of vibe. Yeah, having a good time. Maybe have a couple drinks sometimes. It's nice. So yeah, come check us out.
Just start drinking in the morning.
Oh yeah,
That's what I do.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Then you feel great by 4. So literally, yeah, you've got. I just realized you now have J-Bay streaming Monday to Thursday noon until like 7 or 8 p.m. Just freaking most of the day. Do you go 4 hours? I try to do 3.
3. I peter out after 3.
Yeah,
my
I do too.
enthusiasm. I'm not by nature an extroverted person.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take time. I like to do extroverted things like stream and stuff and talk to people. I just need time to recharge. And
Yeah,
so,
see,
like,
I'm extroverted. I'm extroverted as fuck, and it's still just after 3 hours, you're just tired. You're
it's
just fucking
tired, man.
tired.
It's tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be different if like I was one of those streamers who like looked at chat every now and then and basically just played the game.
Uh
But
huh.
like that's not how I stream. I just sit there and talk to chat the whole time, and like I guess there's a game on in the background.
Yeah.
um, and it wears me out. Yeah, it's tiring. So usually I'll stop at like 3 to 3:30.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because I've been doing that. I like just over the course of my streaming career have started doing that more and more. And I've noticed that the last couple of weeks I just do that, but mostly just because like that's why I'm there. Whereas
Mhm.
before I wanted to play the game and I wanted to like talk to people about the game, whereas now I just want to chat with people. And I was curious if I was maybe doing it too much. I was like, are people bored as fuck? Because I'm just like, I don't know, dicking around over here with the game or whatever. But I don't think so. Like people
I
are.
don't know. Yeah, that depends on like the people. I don't think a lot of people. I think the vast majority of people that turn on a Runeterra stream are not there to see super high level content.
No, 100%. We know this to be true. Grappler's a fantastic example of that.
Yeah.
Want to be entertained? We'll have a good fucking time.
Oh yeah, just hang out and chill, shoot the shit. That's more.
See-
That's what I do. I don't. When I click on people's streams or whatever, and to be fair, I don't do that very often. I'm not a big Twitch watcher, which is ironic. But when I do, I go to hang out with the person.
Yeah.
Say what up
Same.
in chat, right? I don't care. I don't care how
I
well
don't care
they're
what's
playing.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be so incredibly high level
Yeah,
for
you
that.
gotta
And
be-
also doing
you gotta
something
be
that
faker.
matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. What else we got? There's like,
I can be super invested into high level streams when it's like tournaments.
yes.
When they're playing for something, I can get pretty invested in it.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah. It's exciting then, right?
Yeah.
How's Flesh and Blood going? I heard that there was like some announcement about some stuff. I don't really know.
Flesh and Blood 2.0. Basically, they announced that they are going to be releasing what I think it's called History Pack. It's a booster box, 36 packs. And they're going to be all reprints of cards people may have missed from the first 3 sets, white bordered. Which is really nice because I hate white bordered cards, and so does every well-adjusted adult. But they let you get into the game way cheaper while not reducing people with collections values.
Yeah. I'm having flashbacks to like Magic when like, yeah, everyone hates whiteboarded, but it became like a hipster thing after a while to like have like whiteboarded
Yeah.
lands or like one whiteboarded land or whatever. Like,
Yep. Oh god, I hate it. That like the things that would actually trigger me. One whiteboarded land, I'd be like, especially if it's the same art as the others.
Oh my
Like,
god,
what are
yeah.
you doing? This was on purpose. I know it was on purpose. Why are you
course it
doing
was.
this to me?
I kind of
So-
like it.
Yeah, Flesh and Blood has some good stuff going on. I don't want to jump into it too much.
Yeah, I was curious
but,
what that was.
yeah.
That was all.
Mhm.
So if everyone doesn't know, you might not be playing seasonals, but it looks like you won't be able to do it, assuming you'll be crushing the Flesh and Blood Pro Tour.
Pro Tour.
I noticed there's a freaking Magic the Gathering like limited when they're like big monthly ones where you can win $2,500 same weekend as seasonals. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Mhm. As much as I would love to play seasonals, it's just like the ROI for playing in the Flesh and Blood Pro Tour is so much higher.
Yeah.
It's so much higher. So
How many people of our like LOR family have qualified? Is it just you, or like is it's like Yost in there? Is
Yost, yeah.
what about Blevins or Charmer?
Blevins and Charmer are not qualified.
Yeah.
Flake, you don't know Flake, never mind. Yeah, I think it's just Yost and I. As far as like the LOR crew, there's not a ton of LOR people that are like well-known players that play Flesh and Blood. There's a lot of LOR people that play Flesh and Blood, though, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I really want to get into it. I actually,
Very
now
fun.
that like the restrictions here are finally lifted, I keep wanting to go Google because I think I actually live kind of close to the store that runs them. I think it's just one store out here, which makes life also somewhat kind of hard, right?
It's brutal, but yeah,
I think other
highly
stores will
recommend it.
start picking it up though, probably.
It's a very good game.
Okay, real quick. What's going on with ladder right now? What are your thoughts on ladder? I always like to give the people, that's what people want. They want to do some ladder climbing. What do you think's really good? Let's go with if you were trying to help someone get to masters. What are some of your top picks? I think I would go with like Briven Victor has been fantastic. Pirates even is like kind of okay right now. The nice thing about these decks is that like they have a decent win percentage and they are fast as hell. Like Pirates, if you just want to climb quickly, you can just jam out games. Guy, burn your face. Guy, burn your face. And it'll go pretty fast. Riven Victor is a beating of a deck, and if your opponent doesn't know how to play against it properly, you're going to win even
just kill
more.
them.
Yeah.
I would recommend, especially if you're not in Masters, I would recommend not playing anything that doesn't beat Sundisk, or at least 50-50. You're gonna run into it a lot, man. Like,
what do you think about just picking up Sundisk?
everywhere.
Sundisk is probably another good option.
Yeah, just play Sundisk, whatever. Sundisk is really good. Don't play the very predict heavy one. That version's terrible.
People still play it to this day.
People still play it. Play like 1 copy of Golden Ambassador, 2 copies of like Rite of Calling. Honestly, cut Soothsayers like off that.
Yeah, you don't have to flip the disc to win. A lot of times you just beat them over the head with big guys.
You just kill them.
I like at least 2 of the, what's it called, the 4-drop, the 3/2 that like
the 3/2. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I find they clunk up my hand a bit.
They do.
Yeah, they clunk it up pretty big. Like once I realized I didn't need them to like out mid-range people who spent an entire turn or 2 blowing up my Sundisk, then I wanted to trim them.
Do you find that you need them in the mirror? I find that they're very good in the mirror. If your guys are just bigger than theirs, you just out muscle them.
Perhaps. I find they're a little too slow.
Yeah, they can be too slow also though.
You know, you just want to race to it basically. But they're not bad cards. I think 2's fine.
Yeah, and Soothsayer, you're on 0?
0 to 1, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I think
just,
I have
again,
1 just because I wanted the body, but that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
What about Masters, real quick?
I think
Masters.
I think Ziggs Talia is like incredible.
Yeah, hey.
I think that deck is so good. Yeah.
I've not put a lot of time with it. I played against it a bunch, and I don't know. I feel like I beat it like a pretty. I know the power's there, and I've been blown out when they do the craziness with like the stun landmark and they pump their thing, and that's another deck that if you don't know how to play against, like you're gonna have a hard time. You need to know exactly what they're capable of, and I've been burnt out by Ziggs too, which is super annoying when he flips. So like
happens
all
the
10,
time.
I'm at 8. I'm good. I'm at 6. I'm good.
Oh no,
I'm
you're dead.
dead.
I'm dead.
All the time. Yeah. So you think that's really good on ladder right now?
I think it's pretty good. I also think like if you want to play something a little different, I think the Victor X deck, the PNZ Ionia, is very strong. And Dresbo took it to rank 1, like solely that deck to rank 1.
Yeah,
it's like the power's there. Even if you don't want to play the wild version, just play the normal one. It's very good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to stream with both of those decks actually today. That's gonna be that's gonna be what I'm doing. All right.
But when in doubt, play Sundisk. It's really good.
I don't know. Within a ladder, I'm a little like, it's okay. It's like it's where the meta's at. I feel like how much I like it ebbs and flows quite a bit. All right, we gotta wrap it up. We will see you guys again next week. As always, if you're looking to improve your game, come check us out at masterruneterra.com. Sign up for our subscription service. It's like $7 a month. You get 12 hours of like coaching basically from us and our team calls. You can ping us all the time, ask questions about stuff. It's just a fantastic way to learn. That's it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys again next week.